Listen, I understand he's one of your favorites, but Sami Zayn should not have won the United States title. Man, in fact, Solo Sikoa and the way that the family tree continues to get booked is just disgraceful. Really, I believe Triple H is ruining WWE and everything about storylines. It is the generic one, El Generico, winning the United States title, and Sami Zayn, of course, doesn't deserve this push. Welcome to Ringside Riffs and get ready to debate. My name's Andres Cortes. Sami Zayn winning the United States title was the worst decision right now that we have ever seen. Ever since SummerSlam, yes, they knew that those titles weren't going to be up for grabs. They knew that they were going to go all out. Now Clash at Paris is looking kind of weak. No real titles in the cards. Maybe just one, with the Seth freaking Rollins being one of the bigger ones. But for now, we've done everything outside of that PLE, and it starts with Sami Zayn winning that United States title. I mean, the guy, yes, he's over. He's done a lot for the company. Hell, he's done a lot for wrestling. He's done it all. But did he deserve to really dethrone Solo Sikoa? Take a deeper look. Solo Sikoa came in as the enforcer for Roman Reigns when he was at the top of his game. Think about that. Roman Reigns, the champion that held it for a liminal amount of time. He was the guy. He has a bodyguard. Solo Sikoa should have been booked ever since then, as what we now see is a Jacob Fatu, as what we continue to see are these big monster types like a Braun Breaker, like a Bronson Reed, like one of those characters. Hell, even Talatonga is getting the respect right now he deserves. He hasn't had any matches per se in the ring, but he does get that credibility that anybody can't take him out. Now, I thought when JC Mateo was gonna enter here to this new family tree, he was gonna be the enforcer for Solo Sikoa, but no. It turns out JC Mateo is just one more bum out there botching than everybody else, and it just doesn't make sense how it could be that they're gonna be so easily taken down. I mean, why are we pushing Solo Sikoa to the ground when he had so much potential, from character development to in-ring potential? I know all you guys get tired of the same Samoan wrestling. They have the same moves. He's a copy and an imitation of Umaga. Yes, it might be that, but it is entertaining. It is, to a certain extent, what wrestling is all about. Now, Solo Sikoa, he had way more to give with that United States title. I mean, he pretty much just took it away from Jacob Fatu, and that was the starting point for what should have been one of the longest reigns of the United States title. In my head, it would have made sense that they pushed Solo Sikoa like a Roman Reigns, made him the longest holding United States title, make him with the family tree really united, really everybody. Nobody ever questions Solo Sikoa. Nobody ever questions his authority, whatever his plans are. Back then, there used to be a lot of dispute about what Roman Reigns was doing. Yes, he was the tribal chief, but a lot of people weren't really grinding it up and kissing his ass at every time, if you know what I mean. But with Solo Sikoa, it just seems like he has an army of brainwashed people that are willing to do anything for this guy, that picks up loss after loss after loss. And it really doesn't make sense because Solo Sikoa is being booked wrong. Yes, Triple H is ruining wrestling because he doesn't understand what it should be. Sometimes he's just paying attention to the money, to the crowd, to the audience, to the people that aren't really his fans. They say it's all about the fans. They say it's all about us, but do they really listen? Or are they just looking in the dollar signs? Why do they increase the prices? Why do they put these PLEs behind paywalls? And what are they continuing to do with the characters that they should be getting a push of? If you've seen the internet and anybody else, we would be saying that Solo Sikoa should be getting that push. But out of nowhere, we now see something, and it's it's turning around. Why? Well, because Sami Zayn speaks French. Because Sami Zayn can play to the audience. Because Sami Zayn will probably lose the title in the upcoming days, weeks. He's not going to be holding on to that because they're going to cheat him out of the title because this was all just for the fans and what was to say. This is all just shock value, and that's just what WWE has been doing nowadays, complimenting what they should be, giving their superstars days off, giving them titles to padding up their stats, but they're not really getting behind him. And a clear example is when Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. True WWE fans knew that the Royal Rumble not only means that you get a title shot at WrestleMania, but it used to be being the main event. And for someone being called main event Jey Uso, you would have thought he would either main event night 1 or night 2. Yet in fact, he gets taken his place by a triple threat with no title, just a rivalry. And that was not what it was at plan. It's just that the directives didn't have the push behind him, and they knew where the money was. They knew that they had to get behind Jay because he had the highest merchandise. He had the biggest crowd pops. They knew about the yeet, and they wanted to get it on camera and how impressive it was going to be, but we all fell for it. He wasn't going to be champion for long. He was holding on to the title for nothing. And do you really think he's going to get the title one more time? Do you really think he's going to get an opportunity again? It wouldn't make sense for them. They've already cashed in with their cow. They've already experienced what they should have done. And now they're just doing that for other superstars. Now they're just popping around and giving around presents to tenured characters such as Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has been around in the company, and he knows, and everybody knows, that it wouldn't make sense for him to be in a storyline for a world heavyweight title, just as he continues to rant about that he needs a world heavyweight title around his waist. Well, he's never gonna get that, and that's why we put a United States title right now, so that we can start to build up the idea that one day Sami Zayn will actually get that WWE Championship. Just he continues to take steps. He's the biggest mid-carder everywhere. I mean, before WWE, he used to be called the generic one, and now it all comes full circle. He's becoming the perfect mid-carder, the perfect Intercontinental Champion, the perfect United States Champion, the perfect underdog, because Sami Zayn doesn't have that body, doesn't have that ruthlessness for us to always think he's the main guy. He's gonna always win. Now he's gonna always be seen as the underdog, and that's why we pretty much all root for him. But the push should not have been there. I mean, they should have done it when they had the chance. They should have taken the title away from Roman Reigns and given it to Sami Zayn. They should have, but they didn't. And now the way that they continue to do things aren't making sense, because it's not about giving Sami Zayn the title. It's about how it affected Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa whenever they return. Tala, Tonga, and everybody else in the family tree. Think about it. No one is gonna come out with respect. And even for how much respect you have for Sami Zayn, it's just become a comedic show whenever you see Solo Sikoa outside. You know he's not gonna be a threat. You know he's not gonna pick up any wins. And it's coming to a sense where upon a time, he used to be the enforcer for a certain Roman Reigns, but now it's just looking like a joke. Roman Reigns is getting pushed out of the main event scene. Roman Reigns is nowhere to be seen. The bloodline is pretty much ending and crumbling away. And now we're not paying attention to it. We're giving Sami Zayn a title, and it comes to show Triple H is ruining wrestling because he doesn't know what he's doing. He continues to charge, he continues to implement things, and the merchandise is all the gimmick game. That's all he's forcing himself to do right now. I mean, pay attention to what's shown in Unreal, what we are seeing in AAA, what we are seeing in TNA, the podcast. he's kind of just create a network. If you found out anything about what the NFL was doing and how they're all in on the media talent and on the media production, and how it's not about the sport anymore, it's about having people connected to their shows, to their television, to their screens, and consuming their product. Well, the WWE and TKO brand pretty much are going in the same way. Triple H has definitely focused in on going international. Those trips aren't just to pay respects for the WWE fans. Hosting PLEs outside of the United States isn't just because, well, we've actually never done it. It's to test out the markets, to grow out the brand, and Triple H continues to just listen to the fans, listen to the money, listen to the direction of the board. And that is just why we can't ever have real nice things. We can't ever have Solo Sikoa being a badass, holding on to the My Family Tree, holding on to the United States title. We can't have a storyline where Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. That doesn't make sense because now Jacob Fatu, why did he hate Solo so much, but he couldn't beat them? But Sami Zayn was able to just beat them because he had the support of Jacob Fatu. I mean, it's not making sense. Why would Jacob Fatu ever support someone in that scenario? Why would they do that? Triple H has lost his life, he has lost the drive, and we are spinning out of control at this moment. We need to focus in on all those Samoans. We need to focus in on continuing to make them look dominant, continue to make Talatonga, of course, look dominant, JC Mateo, and of course, when are we going to see Toa Longa in action? Why are these people just on the sideline? Why has Triple H lost focus and faith pretty much in Solo Sikoa at this point? And where are we going to be going with Sami Zayn? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. I'll be interacting with all of you. I'll be really paying attention to what's going down there and what you think about Sami Zayn, or what you think about Solo Sikoa, or where Triple H might be taking the WWE, because this is just mind-boggling. I mean, we're going to be talking about Paris, but right now, what we're seeing with how Sami Zayn has been developed, he was able to beat Gunther at WrestleMania. He was able to take away the Intercontinental titles. He was able to go over and beat Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania and get the tag team titles. I mean, they're giving him all the titles that he needs, just not the main one. He's the perfect mid-carder. He's the perfect guy to continue to push. He's the underdog. He's the one that everybody wants, but it shouldn't be like that at this moment at the cost of Solo Sikoa. It shouldn't be at the cost of someone and the whole tribe. I mean, the whole family. It wouldn't make sense. You could have pretty much taken the title away from the Speed Champion, because nobody even knows that, and that's not even relevant. But it should have been some other type of form. They should have continued to just focus on Sami Zayn's path to a WWE title, to a championship, to the actual main event scene. But for some reason, he's being pushed down to the mid card. He's holding on to that United States champion. I mean, comment down below, but I will for sure be expecting Sami Zayn to lose that title real fast, real soon. No real interaction with that title, no real meaning. They're just doing it because he's, the half French part, the French speaking parlez-vous français to everybody on the world. And it's the part of the interaction where it's just like Triple H is leaning in to the cultural differences, leaning into whatever the fans want, and it's pretty much giving us a bad taste because it's affecting other, and clear examples with what he's done with other people, such as Finn Balor, Damian Priest. I mean, these people were once up above, had great potential. People actually believed in their dominance, and they're just becoming jokes. They're just going down, and it's just incredible to see how one match can pretty much ruin the whole potential of a whole tribe. Thank you for watching.